I was sitting alone in class and I realized that I had no friends. And that was because a lot of my friends thought that I was showing off. Hi, it's Bipasha here, and this is a story time video. Now, I've never really done a story time ever before, and if I mess things up, I'm sorry, I'm trying. But this is the story of how I came to make a calendar every year since 2017. Now, whenever I've actually told this story to anybody before, I have sort of lied. Not exactly lied, but I've told a version of the story that's a little bit more socially acceptable, a little bit more concise and cute, if I may. The actual story is kind of dark, sad, and it comes from a place of being unheard, or at least feeling unheard. So, for this, I have to give you a little bit of context. The context is that I love making art, and the second thing that I love after making art is sharing art. I love seeing how people react to what I've made. I love hearing what interpretation they have, and also I love being validated like a lot of other people. So the story starts in the 4th grade. Now, I had been sharing my art in the normal sense of how a 4-year-old shares it. When guests come over, they'll take out their sketchbook and go and show it to the guests or whatever. I had given up my art to be put up on notice boards, and that used to be a huge deal because social media wasn't a thing, so you weren't allowed to post anything at that point. Not allowed, you didn't have the opportunity to post anything. So I used to ask the teachers if I could put up my work on the notice board, and that was a huge deal because the other teachers that came to class and the other students that came to class got to see it. They would appreciate it, say something about it if they liked it. But one fine day in 4th grade, I was just like, you know what, notice board is great, but I want to take all of the artwork that I have and I want to take it to school. I want people to look at it. I want people to tell me what they think about it. And that's exactly what I did for months. I used to take all of my sketchbooks, or I think I used to take 2 or 3 sketchbooks and like folders of artwork to school every day, back and forth. It got to the point that my mom was genuinely concerned that I was taking rocks in my bag. Weeks went by and I would take my art to school every day. The teachers would react really positively. My friends would react really positively. But as time passed, I started noticing that the only people who appreciated or even looked at my art were my teachers. And I think it was maybe a month or a month and a half later, or God knows what amount of time later, I was sitting alone in class and I realized that I had no friends. And that was because a lot of my friends thought that I was showing off. And I don't blame them. If anybody else had done that in 4th grade, I would have most probably thought the same. But being misunderstood is bad enough. Social isolation on top of that really ruined a lot of things for me. I stopped sharing my art with anybody, and I never gave a single illustration to be put up on a notice board. Over time, as I grew as a person, I realized that what had happened wasn't really my fault or the fault of the people around me. And it was in the winter of 2016 when I got really tired of not sharing my work, and I approached my art teacher at the time and I asked her, "Ma'am, I want to share my work again. I want it to be a part of something bigger. Can you tell me what to do?" And she's like, "You know what, Bipasha, you should make a calendar." That's it. She said the word, I started working on a calendar. I tried to finish 12 illustrations within a month. And I remember I had exams that month. I was overly ambitious, and clearly I used to procrastinate ever since whatever age that was. And I did manage to release a calendar in 2017, but it came out very late. It was printed in the Feb of 2017. So 2 months into the year, I was just like, yep, I have a calendar finally. Anyways, so as the years went by, I got better at planning the calendar and then executing it. I sold it to friends and family and anybody else who was interested. I did not make a calendar for 2020 because I had my boards in 2020 and I wanted to make sure that I focused on boards properly and I studied well for it, which was worth it at the end. Then in 2020, when I was planning out the calendar for this year, 2021, I was in NID at that time and I realized that I really couldn't pull all of this off on my own. And I just felt overwhelmed thinking that, oh my God, I have to come up with 12 different illustrations and then I have to come up with a cover art and then I have to do this and that. And I was like, you know what, let me reach out to the few artists that I knew and the few friends that I had at NID. I reached out to them and I found 11 other people to collaborate with to create this calendar that we called Project 21 by 12, which was 2021 and then 12 artists. The theme we had for that year was celebrating women, and I love that calendar, which is like this year's calendar. I love this year's calendar. It's really pretty. While making 2021's calendar, I realized how much I enjoyed collaborating with people, hearing their perspectives and thoughts, and just interacting with them. And when the time came to make 2022's calendar, I knew for a fact that I was going to collaborate with people, but this time I thought that maybe I should try an approach or try to get people on board who I didn't know from beforehand. So this year, I have collaborated with a few strangers who turned into friends, and we have come up with Project 22 by 12, and the theme for this year's calendar is the happy place. I am really proud of this year's calendar. I love how it looks and I'm super excited for it to be finally out. I'm super excited to actually share this story, and I'm going to be linking in the description the site from where you can buy the calendar. You can look at it on my Instagram. I'm going to put up images over this video right around now. It might seem like this video is kind of a promo, which maybe it is a little bit, but this calendar has been really close to me. It has really helped me understand myself better, and it has helped me understand art better, other artists better, and oh my God, it has helped me conceptualize 12 different illustrations on one particular topic. I did not realize how hard that would be. So I'm glad that I have this thing that I do every year, this little ritual, how I wrap up every year. And yeah, that's the story of how I started making and selling calendars. Maybe kind of boring, but I like doing this. Yeah, with that being said, that's the end of this video. I will see you soon, hopefully. I have my midterms, so let's hope I can keep up with this uploading schedule that I have made up in my mind that I will not tell you. Okay, thank you, bye.